Bongbini. Bongbini means welcome in my language, Papiamento. This language is spoken on the island of Curacao, even on the island of Bonaire and Aruba. To whom it may concern, all at the Postcode Lottery's Green Challenge. Rack Shrimp Farm, the green and clean biological shrimp farm. Mankind, the human race, realized long ago that we cannot continue to outsource our natural reserves, so we, the human race, try to do something about it. For example, we thought about aquaculture. Yes, aquaculture at first was well intended, but slowly man became more and more greedy and started exploiting the good intention of producing sea products on land. Soon after that, we, mankind or humankind, created a new problem, and this problem was for the world, for ourselves. Because of this greed, we started harvesting more and more on land, which means we had to produce more, and we use more land without even knowing what the consequence of harvesting abundant sea life on land would bring. Now, to harvest abundantly on land means that you would be producing and cultivating more. And during that process, you have to drain your ponds, remember? What do you do with this dirty water? Where does it go after harvesting? What will become of our soil? These are only some of the questions you must ask yourself. And for this reason, they call shrimp farming a dirty practice. In an effort to keep feeding the world, but minding our nature, we of Rack Shrimp Farm have developed a new work style, which is environmental friendly, neutral, and with zero chemicals, so without chemicals at all. We use mostly, and by mostly we mean 95% of the time, nature to help us do our job. Yes, we let nature assist us in doing our job. How do you mean, Mr. Lopez? You may ask. Now I'm going to explain it to you. And as it is pointed to you, that our farm is not built at the ground level. We have elevated our ponds, so there is a natural flow from one level to the other one, for whatsoever reason it may be. Now the last level, which is where the shrimp harvesting will take place, all the water will be collected. So from our growth ponds to our harvest pond, all waters shall be collected. Now, 90% of this water will be reused, thus recycled. The other 10%, which will contain the residue, the rest of the feed, the waste of the shrimp that have grown out, will be pumped to the real factor of using no chemicals, of using nature to really help us and all the other aquacultural farms in the near future. We of Rack Shrimp Farm have decided to create a mangrove park, a As you may have heard, mangroves are natural cleaners. So the mangrove plants, will absorb or trap the carbon monoxide, CO2, and bury it into the ground. So all this 10% which goes into our mangrove park shall be filtered naturally. But it doesn't stay only there. We have other helpers which are going to be helping us and going to be very useful to us, because they are going to also be natural cleaners, and they are cleaners of the ocean. And you may ask, what are these things that we're going to use? Well, these are mussels, for example, clams, conch, oysters, and even certain fishes that clean the water. And these, I will repeat, will consume all the feed residue. That is the leftover feed which were harvested together with our shrimps in our harvesting pond. And the 10% which went to the bottom, that one has been pumped to the mangrove park, and there the work has been done for cleaning and keeping our water pure. Now, after cleansing, we will have sparkling clean park water again. And furthermore, after the cleaners of the park, because I'm going to tell you something, there are some wise guys in there who may be thinking, but what about these cleaners, such as the mussels, the conches and the clams and certain fishes? They also grow to maturity. What becomes of them? Well, for these cleaners of the park, after they've matured and reproduced, we will harvest the mature ones for going into the pot. Yes. And then after in our tummies, in our stomachs, because we will consume them. And many other restaurants will too, for their clients. So Rat Shrimp Farm is going to be 100% green by means of the following method. We are going to use, for our energy source, wind turbines and solar panels for our main energy source. We also use reverse osmosis for our fresh water, example, drinking water, bathing water, and even for our gardens and so forth. Our farm is made for saltwater shrimp, so all the ponds will contain salt water, which shall be pumped directly from our nearby ocean. You can apply this also for freshwater, the same technique that we're using. Our unique selling point is that the world realizes that green is clean, with no preservatives, and as what we stand for, always green and always clean. This all means working conform, GAP, which is the abbreviation of good aquaculture practices. And as for what we will do with our cash prize, woo! Winning this prize, which we intend to do, will make our dream come true and have a prototype for the world to see and also to implement, so they can copycat us by doing something good, and we wish they would. Now, thanks for watching, and we will be awaiting your call to pick up the prize. We are Rat Shrimp Farm, Sharida Karen Runt, and Glenroy Lopez. The first totally green and clean Biological Shrimp Farm. RAC, RAC.
On behalf of our team, thanks a million for having looked at our video. Hope that you have enjoyed it. Bye.